A map! Wow. Where should I go next? You think whatever the prince was going to reveal is what got him killed, perhaps? Yeah, I think that is very possible. Anyway, where should we go, guys? Should we go back to the main hall first? Let's go take a look.
As best I knew, our mysterious murder had happened here, in the hall. At the very least, I thought the body warranted a closer look. Luckily for me, I was no stranger to corpses. Funerals for 9 different husbands will do that, you know.
Okay, so this is the crime scene.
13, 14, 15.
It seems I'm not alone here. But what is the poor girl doing? She's just pacing back and forth and muttering to herself.
Yeah, we will talk to her first, I guess. What was she counting?
My dear little mysteries, what in the world are you doing?
You're counting footsteps.
I'm counting.
So good to see they still teach that in grade school these days. How marvelous.
I think the timing seems off. I need to check again.
The timing.
On second thought, maybe they don't teach it so well after all.
What timing?
I almost think I'll regret asking. But darling, what timing is off?
It's Mr. Klops, the butler.
Valet.
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, what about him then?
I saw him go into this room when the lights were out.
I see. Is that when he found the body, do you think?
I think so. He came running out looking for Mr. Horatio. I don't think he saw me.
Oh, well, you can't blame the poor man for that. He only sees half as much as the rest of us. But just what does that have to do with all your pacing and counting?
I think he was in here too long.
I beg your pardon. Too long?
I've been timing how long it takes to walk from the door to the body. It doesn't add up. I'm sure he was in here longer. Maybe an extra 20 seconds.
Long enough to murder his master.
Well, aren't you a delightfully clever little girl? Maybe you should have been a detective rather than a fabulously wealthy industrial heiress.
Oh, it's nothing, really. It's just... well, it's not my first time being around a murder case. That's all. I guess that helps a little.
Wow. So, another murder.
I'm sorry, my dear, but did you say this isn't your first murder?
Yes. I mean, no! I mean, it wasn't my murder. But I was there when it happened.
My. I never would have imagined. It must make for an absolutely thrilling story, I'm sure.
Please, you must forgive me, but I really don't want to talk about it.
Of course. How rude of me to pry. I'm sure the experience must have been just ghastly for you, but... oh my, you don't suppose it could have something to do with our current predicament, do you?
No, I don't think so. It was a long way away, and the killer was stopped. And besides, except for Leah and I, nobody here was involved.
Oh, your friend Leah, too.
Well, that's a relief. It would be just awful if there was a serial killer following you around, or something like that. It must just be coincidence, then, that people keep dropping dead wherever you go.
I suppose that it must be.
Alright, so your relationship with the prince.
In any case, it's a good thing I found you, my dear. I had a feeling you just might be in need of my expertise.
Your expertise?
Oh, yes, dear. I've buried 9 husbands after all. I've got this morning business down pat, if I do say so myself.
Forgive me, I didn't know. I'm so sorry to hear it. That's just so much bad luck for one lifetime.
One gets used to it. And it's not all bad news. My last husband, the Duke, left me this marvelous country estate that is absolutely to die for. But, silly me, here I am going on and on about myself. You must be so terribly distraught about all of this.
The prince and I, well, we hadn't been seeing each other for very long. But still, it's such a horrible crime. That's why I can't rest until I know the truth behind it.
He did seem rather smitten with you, I must say.
Well, he just liked to exaggerate, I'm sure. He had rather his own unique way with words.
Unique is one way to put it. You don't suppose that in his grandiose infatuation, he wrote you into his will, did he?
Oh, I can't imagine that he would have. He never said so anyway.
Pity. That's usually the first thing I ask for. Ah, well, live and learn, my dear.
She has that experience. Alright, I guess we are done with Cherise. Examine the room, definitely. Particularly the body. Look at the body.
I decided it was time to take a closer look at the body. Corpses are always a bit distasteful, to be sure, but I'd seen enough rich old lords killed in unfortunate hunting accidents that I was rather used to it.
His left leg is twisted in a very weird way. A weird angle.
The prince was face down on the floor, and there was an odd angle to his right leg.
Yep.
So odd, in fact, that I'd wager a platinum necklace or two that it was broken in at least one spot.
Maybe someone pushed him off the second floor.
Could simply
Weird.
collapsing on the spot from a stab wound cause a break like that? I seriously doubt it.
Nope. Yeah, very odd.
The prince's most obvious injury was the wound on his back. Judging from the way the clothes had been pierced, it had almost certainly been made by a knife. The wound itself was deep and vicious, clearly the work of no ordinary butter knife. The blood had soaked through the back of the prince's evening wear, but given the nastiness of the wound itself, there wasn't as much of it as I might have expected.
Yeah, very little blood. So maybe the wound is post-mortem, guys. Someone else or something else killed him.
There was something odd about the prince's right hand. I knelt down to get as close a look as I could without touching it. The palm and inside of the fingers had been burnt and blackened.
Whoa! Burned and blackened.
I checked the left hand as well, just to be sure, but it seemed undamaged.
Huh. Interesting. He still has his mask on. His black mask. Anything else? I think that's all. Yeah, that is all. Nothing on his face. Yeah, from the landing here, second floor landing. Look at that. Oh, so this is where the phone is. He was here on the second floor landing for the phone call.
I suppose I could dial a number here. If I knew of one worth calling.
Okay, we don't know any number right now. 911.
That just seems like a random number. I certainly don't mind making a crank call or two now and again, but this probably isn't the time or place. The phone itself was heavy, made of metal, and certainly quite old-fashioned. Normally, that's the sort of style I prefer, but right now, a call history of some kind would have come in rather handy.
Maybe there's a phone number left on the notepad, guys.
But why is the receiver dangling like that? Did this table get bumped at some point?
Ah, interesting. We cannot look at the notepad? We can get a number out of that. The wire.
What have we here? There's an extra wire clipped to the back of the phone. I'm quite certain this sort of phone doesn't normally need more than one wire. Let's just leave it alone for now, shall we?
Wait. Okay, wait, guys. His blackened hand? What if he was electrified by the phone? That would explain the blackened hand and fingers. He got shocked. Electric shock. That is possible, guys. With the wire, the cut wire. Evidence of tampering the phone.
I suppose I could dial a number.
Yes. We don't know any number yet. Trace the paper? I was going to do that, but there's no icon here on the notepad.
Was it only coincidence that the trail of candles in the center of the main hall seemed to lead straight to the body of the prince? Or had our mysterious killer intentionally used them to frame their handiwork out of some sense of macabre artistry?
Had they been moved?
Well, tragic as it might be to despoil a work of art, it occurred to me that a candle might come in handy for searching the dark old house. Since with all the commotion of finding the body, I must have misplaced the one I had earlier.
Aha, we got one! Got a candle. Cool. Okay, so this is essentially a 360 panning screen, guys. It goes all the way around. Wow. You don't see that often in visual novel games. This is rare.
The house must have been abandoned for quite some time indeed. For on one side of the hall, part of the wall itself had collapsed, and nature was slowly but surely spilling into the house and reclaiming its territory. Let's hope that the place would hold up long enough for us to wrap up our little party at the very least.
Hey CC, hello. So I see a lot of doors here. Huh, no hotspots. Guess they're not important. Anything else? All the wooden planks? Leftover wood? I guess that is all. All the rooms are not accessible. Alright, we'll stop the examination now. If we talk to Cherise now, any new topics I want to know? The same topics. Oh wait, I think we're done. Goodbye, Cherise. Who has access to and skill to tamper with the phone? Good question, Pax. So if you gain an important piece of information, it may be useful to go back and talk to characters you have previously talked to. Okay, so I guess that is important. Alright, the balcony, is that a different room? Main hall, balcony. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to the dining room. We go in order. We were here before. Hello, Horatio. We'll examine the room first, and then we will talk to Horatio.
The family crest of the Lees still adorns some of the flags and banners that hung from the walls in the dining room. I suppose it wasn't a bad crest, really. A little overly dramatic with all the spikiness, perhaps. But then, they weren't exactly a family that had cultivated a particularly cuddly image.
Clock is moving fast. Yeah, it is real time.
Long, narrow tables stretched down either side of the room for what seemed like forever. At one end were the remnants of our refreshments from earlier. But I think I'll leave them alone for now.
I don't want to leave them alone.
I mean, it didn't look like poison had anything to do with the prince's death. But one can never be too careful.
Yeah, you never know. I want to check those glasses right now. Where are they? It is one long table.
The family crest of the Lees still adorns some of the flags and banners that hung from the
wall. Oh, I think that's the same line. Yep, it's the same. Where are those glasses? They're not here. Anything else? Not much going on in this room. Wow! The Oscar statue. The monument.
At first, I was inclined to laugh at the giant, oddly proportioned statue that was the dining room's centerpiece. But as I drew closer, I couldn't help but feel a bit intimidated by the way it loomed over me. Then again, I could say the exact same things about that gruesome one-eyed manservant Klops. Who'd have ever thought he would have so much in common with a work of art?
Monument? He even has the floodlights. The spotlights. Alright, Horatio, let's talk to him. Hello. Any new topics? No new topics! Well, I guess we're going then. Alright, next room. The manor grounds. So that's outside the place. Okay, we will not go there yet. We'll keep exploring the inside. The king's bedroom. Where we were when the blackout happens. Hello!
I returned to the king bedroom, where I'd been when the whole grisly affair started. I thought it might give me a chance to think by myself, but alas, it was not to be. The curtains were drawn back, and a particularly pernicious twerp of a girl was leaning halfway out the window. After what had already happened, it would be such a shame were she to slip and go out all the way. Young girls these days really ought to be more careful.
Alright, let's examine the room first. In case we find new topics here.
Had these books on the shelf belonged to the Lee family as well?
Okay. Any new items? Ooh, the Black Mirror. Nothing? I look so suspicious.
I'd hoped that by taking a closer look at the ruined portrait, I might be able to discern who had been pictured. I could imagine no shortage of delicious reasons why a lord's portrait might be disfigured in a house such as this. Shredded by a bitter servant when the master was thought absent. Savaged by an angry child who never quite lived up to expectations. Alas, the portrait seemed more a victim of old age than of some crime of passion, and of the face, I could make out nothing at all.
I'm surprised you couldn't. Wow. You seem to be a very imaginative sort of woman.
For just the slightest of moments, I considered collapsing into the antique red chair in the room's corner. After all, we'd spent the evening on our feet, traipsing about the house for the prince's little ghost tour. Then I remembered that spiderwebs don't just come out of nowhere, and that upholstery is a prime place for the little nasties to hide. I would have to remember to warn our doe-eyed little angel about that as well. You know, in addition to the possible bloodstains and all.